Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Sloth channel. Today I just thought I'd very quickly go through a couple of the biomes you see behind me. We've of course got the forest biome, desert, the tundra, I lost the word for a second there, and of course the jungle biome. I thought we'd just quickly go through these biomes and just make a couple of starter bases because commonly see quite a lot of problems with people's starter bases, whether it be that they built it in a really weird way or it just doesn't blend in with the environment, because that's generally what you want to do with your starter base. You want it to blend into a biome and you want a place just to put your first little boxes and stuff. But yeah, without further ado, I say we get right into it. Okay, so first of all, let's break up some of the grass. It's always good to get away some of the grass just so you can get a good area. Then, of course, I'm just going to build up a little tree here so everyone can just about see this. Yeah, I think it's come along quite well because the shape is just quite nice. It's quite organic. Then I decided to build up a little balcony here, and it has quite a nice floor in my opinion. The sort of shape there. Then I decided to just add the leaves, just get started with the leaves. And I always find leaves are quite a hard thing to build. You kind of just have to build them up, sort of keep looking back, keep checking what it looks like, you know. Which is kind of what I've done here. Made it look not too organic, sorry. Made it look quite organic, you know, sort of like it's an actual tree. Because I always find that Minecraft trees are really hard to build in general. Then I built a bridge, and it may look like it's completely on fire, but this is actually something that I've seen lots of people using. If you put out the fires, and if you give me a second to put out the fires, yep, you can just about now see that it's actually quite a nice bridge, if I'm honest. It doesn't look bad. And by just replacing some of these with some nice slabs, you can really get quite a nice look, in my opinion. So just cleaning this up a little bit. Then, of course, what we want to do is just add some of these beneath the bridge to add some lighting, and I think it just really looks quite good. The chains that were added are just brilliant, and the way they work with the lanterns. If I could see this like 4 years ago from Minecraft, it would be mental. I mean, I'd just go mental because it's just so cool. Next, of course, I made a little house inside of the second tree, so the one across from the one I built. And this was actually a natural tree that came, which is very weird because it was so big. But as you can see here, I'm just making a little bit of a pathway up here, make it look a little bit nice. I added a nice little storage system for all of your adding diamond needs. Some nice little natural terrain here with some stone. We had some cobble as well. Then I integrated it into the ground so it didn't look like it was just randomly plopped on the floor. It looks like it actually works. Add some buttons, and yeah, I'd say that works really well. Of course, we want to add some glow berries, and we'll use the debug stick just to add some berries to it. The debug stick essentially just kind of changes the state of what it's in. There are other videos online of how they work, but yeah, I'm just going to add a nice little path here, and of course add some moss everywhere because everyone knows that moss works. We don't want it to go over the red line though, because, you know, I just want it to keep it nice, neat and tidy. Let's just take a nice little view over here. Yeah, well, no, we've still got more to get rid of. Nearly there. There we go, that's much better. Now, let's just kind of look around, because I think everything kind of works. If we add a little bit of, decided to add a little bit of moss, maybe change up some of the system down here, make it look like it's like almost a chest monster, like you'd see in, like I think lots of people have chest monsters. I have a chest monster on my survival world. Yeah, I'm just not very good with sorting systems, but I do get ones later in the game, and they do help out a bit. And the smokers and furnaces always work, so yeah. I decided to add some bookshelves as well, just for a nice effect. And here you go. This is the final creation. I think it works really well, actually. I think all of the lighting and everything, especially at night, works really well, as in just as a creation. And I think the rock as well looks really nice from a lower vantage point. And just in general, it looks like a really nice place, actually. Honestly, I'd quite like to live in. So thank you for watching this bit, and let's move on to the desert. Okay, so I started off by just quickly breaking away some of the cactus. Well, I suppose it's called cacti. It's a very weird thing, but still. Anyway, I'm making a platform here just with some sand so I can quickly area that I can actually build the house in, because I felt like there wasn't really as good of a place here. And yeah, you can just see I'm extending it, making it look quite natural in the way that I'm doing it by extending it a block on the lower platform. Here I'm trying to make like a roof. The problem is that the boat just won't go in the right place for me. If any of you can make like a boat ceiling actually work, I'll be very proud. But yeah, I think it could really work, but I just don't have the time right now, and I'm not that talented to make it work. So if the rest of you can find a way of doing it, I'll be very proud. But yeah, as you can see, I've built up the floor, and now I'm building up the walls of the main building. This weird thing happening in the sky where it's getting lighter where I look. It's really odd, but yeah, you can see it more pronounced in this clip. If you look at the sky, I don't know why that's happening. If any of you know, then I'll be quite grateful to find out, to be honest. But yeah, I've just kind of built this up. As you can see, it's looking a bit flat on the top, if I'm honest. A little bit weird, but I don't think many people go up to the top unless you've got elytra, so I don't think it's as big of a problem with this specific build. I then built this up. Now, whether this is supposed to be a train or a car, I'm not sure. You know, leave your theories in the comments below, I guess. You know, I'm not sure. I kind of just built it on the fly, and I thought this looks good. It kind of fits in, and I just needed something in that space anyway. So as you can see, I'm making like a spring almost over there, as you saw. This is me making a palm tree. This is a palm tree. Just play along, please. I'm not very good at making palm trees. I think it turned out okay in the end, but yeah. I want it to look like as though this is a magical spring that's kind of giving life to the rest of the desert, you know, spreading the moss everywhere and spreading life, you know, with the tree and all of that. I've also added a path, if you've seen that. And here I'm just adding water to the spring, making it look even nicer. I don't think it's perfect, but you know, for the small area that I've got to work with, I think it'll probably do fine. You know, I'd probably add something like honey in to make it look nicer maybe in the future. But here we go. I've added in a camel. And then the worst thing that could possibly happen happened. How did he escape? He can walk over fences. I never saw that in the patch notes. Jesus Christ. But yeah, he can walk over fences. I was gonna kill him here, but don't worry, I didn't. I got out a lead because I knew this was going to be in the video, and I didn't want to lose all my 0 subscribers all at once. I absolutely love the camels. Like, their animations are so realistic and interesting. Well, not realistic, I'd say. They like to sleep a lot, if I'm honest. I've only known one camel. Believe it or not, she was in Switzerland. And she was called Anastasia. Absolutely beautiful. I loved Anastasia. I think she's still around. I might film a video with Anastasia in the future if you're lucky. But yeah, here we are. I couldn't figure out where to put the fletching table. This is me doing the interior. I couldn't figure out where to put the fletching table. It just didn't look quite right wherever I put it. So I decided to just put it next to the loom where it looked kind of the best. But here we are. I'd say the finished build. I didn't want to over execute it. I'm sure I could put stuff in there, make it really crowded, but I felt like that wouldn't seem right, so yeah. Here you go. Here's my personal opinion on what a desert base should look like. Something that really kind of fits in, and that splash of green from the magical pond really fills in. So yeah, we're moving on to the tundra now. Let's go. I started off by just breaking away a few of the pieces around here and replacing them with some snow here. Then I really kind of just want to layer up the snow, as you can see here. I don't know why I can't place snow on ice. It makes very little sense. But yeah, I just want to quickly layer up the snow. I can use a debug stick for this, which is a very useful thing that I would definitely recommend using. It can be made with commands and is probably my favorite item in the game, because it allows you to do so many different things and kind of affect the state of what the block is in. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just making the whole thing look less flat and really texturing it, and it looks quite nice from above. As you can see here, I'm just adding some pillars. I'm making sure that these pillars aren't uniform as well. That's something you might notice, because the pillars are in different places. They're not a perfect rectangle, essentially, and they're all different heights. This allows for a kind of really diverse sort of roof, one that doesn't look really flat, and a house that doesn't look really boring. I would definitely play around with this, but it is definitely a harder concept for people to grasp. As you can see here, I'm placing in the all-important doors. Of course, we don't want any grass there, so we can literally just grab some snow from a nearby pile, and boom, we have ourselves the doors. I then, of course, need to just go inside and sort of just level everything out, just make sure it's good. I placed some fences on top of the pillars. Don't know why, makes it look a little bit nicer, like it's almost a spire. Then I got a snow golem, tied him up outside. He looks really nice, he really fits in with the area, and I feel like I should add one mob to every single one of these. I won't end up doing that. I'll end up forgetting, so don't hold me to that. But yeah, in the first one I could have like added a bat or something. Oh, that would be really cool. I'm only just realizing like what like a missed opportunity that would be. Future, I promise. Once again, don't hold me to that. But yeah, yeah. So as you can see here, I'm placing in the windows. I could have placed in normal glass, but I like the idea of using black glass because it gives quite a homely feel still on the inside, whilst not sacrificing anything on the outside. So here you can see me kind of just placing in some nice bookshelves as well that go very well with the sort of area. Blast furnaces make it feel homely. I gave up the idea of putting the grindstone in that general area, so I decided to put it just over here. And yeah, just add in some lanterns as well, very useful. Obviously we don't want to add too much light, but then again we don't really want it to have too little light, because then all the googly spawn. What is he writing? What is he writing? Please sub. What does that mean? Well, I mean, the book's telling you to do it, so you should probably do it. Oh, this is so stupid. Oh no. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this video, it's taken me a long time to edit it, so it would be a big help if you did subscribe or to show your love down in the comment section. It really makes me feel quite happy. But yeah, I just do this for fun, and if you guys do like it, once again, please like. It would just make my day so much better. And yeah, I'll hopefully be posting weekly. But yeah, I'll be posting weekly videos, so yeah, once again, don't hold me to it. I decided to name my little snow golem Jeff and share him. If you didn't know that you could share Show a snow golem? Well, that's what he looks like. I love his little derpy face. He's probably one of my favourite mobs in the game. Gonna add in some pumpkins now, and yeah, I think this has all really quite well come together. I think it's actually really nice so far. So yeah, right, okay, let's go into cinematic mode. Entering cinematic mode, it's actually starting to look really nice as we see the inside of the house is really quite beautiful, paired with the ice spikes, and the carved pumpkins just really add a nice sort of layer on top. Of course, I spend my most time with Jeff, the most beautiful snowman you've ever seen. I like the addition of this little lake I made, makes it look all that more homely. And yeah, let's move on to the final one, the jungle. Alright, before we start, what do you all think of my gold helmet? I think it's brilliant. I think all of the armor trims are absolutely perfect. I love them.
But before we get into anything at all, let's just get rid of some of this grass, make it a more open area. This did take me a while, but I will bore you the necessity of watching me break grass for about 10 minutes. Yes, it took me 10 minutes to break grass. I mean, it wasn't just the grass, I also had, you know... I mean, it wasn't just the grass, I also had the vines on top. They were very annoying. But yeah, gonna build this up now. This is like a little space above. But yeah, the vines, I had to add string to the top of the vines so that they wouldn't all come down too far and then keep growing, because that would be very annoying. I also don't want it to go outside the red line, so I kind of have to do this weird stop thing. I don't like this build already. Like, at this point, I'm thinking this is a terrible build. If you want me to come back and try and make it better, sure, but this specific house is just really bad. I think the training I do like later is fine, but this, man, this is a bit of a nightmare. My goodness. Yeah, here we go. Get this done. Also, add some support beams. I know Minecraft doesn't have physics, but I feel like I always see builders saying this, and I 100% agree. If you can add realistic physics, it just makes it look so much cooler. It just does. As you can see, I'm going to make the bridge now, like I made it in the very first one, actually, so that's a bit of a blast from earlier, but yeah, I'll spare you the necessities again, and get that done. For some reason, every time I say necessities, I'm thinking about the Bare Necessities song. It's so good from the Jungle Book. Brings a smile to my face every time. If you haven't watched the Jungle Book, then, man, your upbringing must have been hard. I feel bad for you. I'm joking, by the way. But it is a really seriously good song and a seriously good film. So yeah. Promotion of the film aside, this isn't a paid promotion, by the way. Just letting you know, I'm just saying that it's a really good film. I mean, I'd be up for paid promotion, but let's be honest, no one's going to get me to promote their thing. I have 0 viewers. All hail the Jeff! All hail the Jeff! Me? Well, I'll get back to you on that one, but apart from that, let's just build this up, and we can now have a way all the way up to our little shack? Kind of? I don't know what to call it. Shack. That's what I build, indie shacks, just everywhere. Brilliant. Let's just get this done. Have a nice little outline here, and yeah. I'm actually very tired. I've done a lot of editing today, because this isn't my only channel. If you guys don't know, I'm also running 2 other channels. One is currently inactive, luckily. The other one is called what's it called? Two minds, one mic. And also, I'm editing some more videos for an SMP that I have. I've started an SMP. If you guys do want to join, the IP for joining will literally be in the description of the video, and I'll probably say it in the video as well, just so you guys can join if you want to. It's a very cool server, and if you want to join, I will be very grateful for that. It's not a super active server, but we've got a nice little community, and I'd be very happy to see it kind of coming together. But yeah, I've added all of this stuff. You can see I added that little point at the top if you saw. I've been actually playing around with what the debug stick does. I can make parts of the bamboo thicker and smaller. It's actually quite interesting. But I think I just ended up using the bone meal just to make it look the best it possibly can. But sparing you that, we're now moving on and placing down some podzol, which is quite an underused block in my opinion, but works quite well when used sparingly in these little patches. Really kind of breaks up the terrain. But yeah, I think I've used it quite well here as just sort of almost like someone's thrown a bunch of litter down, or maybe it's like just thick soil. Or maybe it's just a different type of grass. There are different types of grass. Let's go into cinematic mode and see what we've got.
By this point, as you probably know, I was unbelievably tired, so building this is pretty much all I could do, but still, job. The interior doesn't look terrible, and I have to say the outside area doesn't look really bad. So yeah, I think that is all, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Oh no, I broke that.